Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Daima VEGETA Daima. Yeah, it's a very specific thing. I don't know how broadly appealing this is. Let me know. Let's do the question of the day right now. Are you guys into the Daima show or manga or whatever it is out there? Do you like the designs? What do you like? What don't you like? Let me know. I have not watched the show. I looked up screenshots that I needed to for his skin tone because it's weird. But otherwise, I have not watched the show. I have no interest in it. And I don't love these designs, but they're fine. And I know a lot of you are at least somewhat interested in collecting them, maybe, so I thought I should review them. So here it is. So let's go ahead and get them off the stand and take a closer look. Before we look at the figure, I do want to show you my package. Good package, figure pretty visible, photo right next to the figure, that's fine. Another one of these where you don't see much on the front, but then some on the top, that's okay. Purple chrome. Yeah, usual packaging, nothing special. I still think way too much. I'm going to stop saying that. I'll just say the usual back for Dragon Ball SH Figuarts. Why are the photos so tiny and so much gray space? That's so strange to me. Anyway, packaging is packaging. Alright, let's look at the figure. He stands to the top of where his head would be. Let's call it 4 7/8, about 5 7/8 to where his hair goes. That's going to make him just about, I'll call it 12.5 and then 15 centimeters. Here he is up against a Darwin, in case you wanted to do that. And then here he is up against a Gherkin, in case you wanted to do that. Is this the first time we actually see a Vegeta that's significantly shorter than Goku? Have the other Figuarts been this much shorter? I don't think, yeah, I guess they have. Maybe. I don't know. It's been so long I've reviewed so many, it's hard to say. They look nice side by side, for sure, but I will get into the aesthetic right away and say Vegeta's skin tone is weird. I know it's not supposed to be the same as Goku's. I looked up screenshots, but it looks pale and yellow, and he looks sickly. Especially up against Goku's skin tone. It does not look very good. Maybe it looks okay on camera, but to my naked eye, it does not appeal. Alright, so let's talk about the rest of this guy. I like his overall silhouette. That looks pretty good. It is that more slender build, but they did a good job with it. Bringing it to 3D is nice. And it looks generally okay. The blue is very plasticky because it is plastic. There's no paint on this figure other than where it is necessary. So don't expect it to look like a high-end figure. It looks like a model kit. And then where they painted the neck, it looks really, really bad. So that sucks. The face sculpts are pretty good though. I don't think his are as good as Goku's, but they are good for Vegeta face sculpts. They often give us really flat faces, and these don't have that, so I like that a whole bunch. And the hairs look nice, and the hair's a nice matte finish. So it's not an ugly figure by any means. It is just not a premium figure by any means. It is very plasticky, very simple looking. This does not look like a premium price point figure at all. And it's not. It's a relatively cheaper Figuarts figure, but still does feel pretty undercooked, if you ask me. But it's fine for the 35, 36 bucks, whatever it is. It's alright. So I'll give it a 8 out of 10 for the aesthetic. It's acceptable. For accessories, we have a decent spread of faces, and they all look pretty good. I like that. We have the alternate swooshy hair. That's a pretty good thing. Good spread of hands, probably all you're going to need. And then you do have the folded arms, since he doesn't come with the skirt piece that Goku comes with. And I will let you know if the folded arm piece works out in a description bubble on the screen. We'll see. But otherwise, that's it. So no blast effects or anything. So 7 out of 10 for accessories. Maybe 8, I guess, given the price point. But I'm tired of not getting blast effects with the Dragon Ball figures. We should have loads of them, and we have like 3. Not literally, but pretty close. Like, come on, Bandai. Make with the blast effects. Alright, for articulation, we have ball pegs throughout the neck, which is wonderful. They just help so much in posing. Ball hinges suck for necks. Ball pegs are great, so that's great. For the shoulders, it's probably overly complex again. No, it's definitely overly complex again. And Bandai has this thing lately where they want to put soft goods, or not soft goods, but soft plastic in places. And I thought, okay, putting it up here on this strap piece, that makes sense. And maybe down here, his whole armor piece is soft. This one is too, at least partly. And so is the crotch. We'll see if that actually helps. But raising his arms up, it works. Does it work better than any other figure? I don't know. I'm pretty sure Bandai overcomplicated it for no reason. And we also get some weird faceting on the shoulder and gapping that you don't need. So it's like, it's a really simple design. Can you just leave it simple, please? And like, you get no butterfly at all. Like, stop overcomplicating the designs, Bandai. Knock it off. Knock it off. They're like, well, Storm's putting caps in their shoulders. Should we do it too? Yeah, but let's make them fixed and swiveled. and connected to another ball. No, stop overcomplicating the stuff. Bicep swivel is fine. Double jointed elbow is okay. It's not the best looking elbow ever. They've started this new thing where they want their arms to look really good straight. And I guess they look better at the elbow cut, but then when you bend them, they get these faceting spots that don't look as nice. So there's that. Wrists are on a swivel and a hinge. That's standard. The torso on this guy, like I said, lots of soft pieces out here. And leaning him back does that. Like, what the flippin' hey? Why? I can't pose him backwards at all. The best I can do is lean him back that far. So stand him straight up is best I can do to make him not look goofy. And then leaning him forward, basically nothing. What the heck is going on, Bandai? And leaning to the side, because of the way they cut up the armor, even though it's flexible, it still gets very little range. You do get your twisting, of course, but horrible torso, really limited for no real reason. Now for the hips, we can go all the way out, but he does have nuggets. His crotch nuggets are pretty visible, and I would rather just see balls and sockets personally. I don't know why we have these giant chunky bits. It's weird to make it chunky when you're sculpting it. If it was just balls and sockets, at least it would look like an action figure. I don't know what this is. It's weird, but you do get the full splits. Going forward, you can kick high because the crotch is soft, so that's really nice. And then going back, if you stretch the butt, you can bring the leg back, but you have to stretch the butt and it gets weird. And I have to say, for the sculpt, the way they sculpted his butt, he has old lady butt. Why does he have old lady butt? That's weird. That's super weird. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's really long, top to bottom, no thickness at all. It looks just like a big saggy butt cheek or a filled diaper. Like, I don't know what... There's a fuzz there. I don't know what they were doing with that, but his butt looks weird. Don't put that much detail into the butt crack if you're gonna do that. Weird hips, weird butt. Thigh swivel is fine, I guess. I mean, it's there. It's a thigh swivel. It's not the best looking thing. Double jointed knee, not the best range, and it's ugly. I mean, it's not the worst, but it's not a good looking knee. It's like they're not trying on this Dragon Ball line anymore. That's what it feels like to me. And bringing the foot back, it works well enough. The ball hinge has a ball peg, so the ankle gets a little bit more range than normal, but still basically none. They are really not trying at this point. I kept being told how great these Daima figures are, and like they're fine. They're cheap, so the toe hinge is terrible. It's functional enough, but it's not the way you do it. I just don't get it. They're not particularly good figures. They're fine figures. There's some good attributes, and they're cheap, so that's fine, but they're not anything special at all. So I don't get it personally. His articulation is going to get a 6 out of 10, and that's being generous. His whole torso doesn't work. His shoulders are overly complex for no reason. His knees are ugly, his hips are ugly, his crotch is ugly, his toes don't work, like the ankles don't work. What is going on? Who's telling me these things are extra good when they're just mediocre at best from Bandai? They can do so much better, guys. Get one of their SS Kamen Riders or something. Bandai can... Where did those things come from? Paint flakes from something? Anyway, Bandai can do way better than this. By a lot. By a whole lot. This is unimpressive to me. It is just enough to get by at the low-end price point. I'll give this guy an overall rating of 7 out of 10. For the price point, it's fine, but it's certainly not going to knock anybody's socks off. Although it seems to be doing that, so I'm befuddled. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, but I'm done. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.